Hello everybody, welcome to Doom 64. I'm not really sure what happened. I went on Xbox Live and I was looking for all the other Doom games, but it seems like it just skips to 64 inexplicably after the second one, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. But we'll give it a try. Maybe it's the best one because it's got the highest number. Um, I would play on I Own Doom difficulty, but I actually don't, seeing as this is on Xbox Game Pass, so we'll go for Bring It On difficulty. That's probably good enough for me. And you know what? For being a Nintendo 64 game, I don't see a lot of collectathon platformer elements in this one, which is kind of weird. Um, but yeah, this is Doom 64. I've never played this one before. I think it's pretty well received. I think people like it. Oh crap, I got off just as it started going up. Really testing my patience there. I think this one was pretty well received. It's kind of interesting that like Mortal Kombat on the SNES is censored blood and this game is just like this. Like they had a whole original Doom game made for the Nintendo 64. That's weird, right? Like that seems like something Nintendo wouldn't do. I know Nintendo now would have M-rated games and stuff. I think they're publishing their own M-rated horror game, which, like, I say M-rated, that's not really a thing in the UK. It's just Peggy 18 is the highest one. There might be one higher than that. I don't think there is, but maybe for games like Postal, which are particularly like offensive or bad, you would expect that to not get through. Maybe be a different rating. Peggy AO or something, I don't know. It seems kind of unlikely, but I remember Skyrim having two printings. The box had a Peggy 15 printing and a Peggy 18, like when it was released again. Like they did a rerun of the game because it was so popular. And in the second one they were like, well, there's decapitation in this. There was decapitation in the original, I think, but well, there was no gameplay differences. To be clear, when I say it was a reprint, it was just the same game again. I want to be pretty clear. But yeah, they upped the age rating to 18 because of the presence of decapitation. And I remember being like 13 or something and being like, Mom, all my friends have Skyrim. Can I have it? Can I pretty please have it? And she was like, no, it's like an 18 and it's violent. You can't have it. And I was like, actually, sometimes it's a 15. So if you just get me the one that says 15 on it, you know, I'm almost that age. And that's how I got Skyrim on Xbox as a kid. Pretty sick of Peggy to do that for me and release the lower age rating version. To be honest, Skyrim at a 15 feels kind of okay to me, knowing that the presence of violence, it's like, it's violence, it's fantasy violence, and it's not, I mean, it's, but at the time it was kind of cutting edge realism. By these standards of today, I feel like it's not quite as brutal. I mean, I guess if you've got like Legendary Edition or whatever, but Skyrim looks old. Like it is an old game, and it's not an old game that feels like it could have come out recently. Like Skyrim is a dated game, at least in my opinion. But I'm pretty sure this game even had its own like lost levels and stuff. It's like Doom on Nintendo 64 is like a whole different thing from Doom elsewhere. And then look at the graphics. I can't believe they managed to do triangles on the Nintendo 64. Holy crap. Look at all these guys. I have to say, I like these demons. The ones that take like a bunch of hits to kill. I mean, not that many, honestly. If you're using the shotgun, they die pretty quick, but that might be my favorite demon. I don't like that you can't see the Doom guy. I like in the old games where you can see his face at all times, and he has little expressions and stuff. That must be a setting, right? You'd think. Oh, you can change the. Oh, did they change it to green in the 64 version and it was red when it got re-released? Maybe that's it. That doesn't sound too unreasonable. No, I don't want to put my password in. Okay. Well, I mean, what does the green blood look? I mean, it's just going to be green, isn't it? It's just going to look the same, but green. Still, if they're giving me another option, I should explore it. Okay, so it doesn't change... Either it doesn't change the corpses, or it doesn't change the existing corpses that are already red. But if they like shoot out green blood, but then their corpses are covered in red blood, that raises a question or two, right? Maybe red is just the inside of the body color, and green is like what shoots off of them. They have green blood going through their veins. I mean, it kind of reminds me of when people thought that blood was blue when it's in your veins, but it's red once it becomes oxygenated. Which is a much more complicated theory than the actual truth, which is that blood is... Yeah, they are just red after they die. That is a really stupid thing to change, I feel like. If they're not going to go all the way and change the sprites, then what's the point? Okay, we'll continue going with red blood. Cause that green blood is fooling nobody. Huh? What's this? Berserk? Oh, I just punched the fuck out of them? If there were any guys here, I would love to, but... Oh, light amplification. We got Fulbright! We got Fulbright! That is a setting that I think should be in like every shooter game. Because I know that it breaks the immersion of all your like story shooter games, but man, Fulbright is such a nice feature for the actual shooting part. And you can argue that the darkness of the level is like a difficulty thing. Like it's dark on purpose to make it more difficult to aim or whatever. I don't love that answer though, because then it means that I've got to suffer through like shitty levels because they want me to aim worse. And it's like, okay, I didn't really ask for that, but okay. I'm not really finding what to do. Oh, there are buttons here. Have I pressed any of these? Ouch. Go fuck yourself. Ouch. Is this just pick a door? Was that just pick a door? Are you serious? Or am I supposed to identify that those one have consoles in front and this one doesn't? Which means this one is the real one? Because that feels stupid. I don't know, it's old game design, right? Like, that is stupid, but they didn't know that at the time. They were just making Doom. And people liked Doom, so they just did whatever they wanted. It's like if people didn't like Doom, they probably wouldn't keep making it. But if they did make another one and people didn't like the first one, they'd probably change some things. But if you just get away with doing stupid level designs, you just make more Doom. Which is probably like the coolest job in the world, making Doom levels, because it's just like, yeah, you fucking beat up this guy and then you get the blue key and you kill the fuck out of the other guy. It's like, yeah, I want to be a Doom level designer too. Holy crap, what the fuck? It's like Indiana Jones. Maybe. It might be like, I've never seen the movie. I've seen the bit where he shoots the guy with the sword. He doesn't shoot them with the sword. There's a guy with a sword whom he shoots. Which, like, it's weird because his most iconic thing, I feel like, is the whip. But his actual strongest and best weapon is obviously the gun. Like, we're not gonna sit here and pretend that whips are particularly good weapons. Like, against an unarmed guy, sure, I'll take a whip. Against, like, a sword-bearing guy, I might not. I feel like... Oh, this is cool. This is really cool. It's like a cutscene, but it's in the video game. Yeah, I feel like I'd rather take a sword if I was up against whip guy. Because I don't know how to use a whip. The average person does not know how to use a whip. There will be some talented whip users that would probably fuck up like a random guy with a sword, but... Even then, like... Can't you just cut the whip? I know it would have to be a very sharp sword. Because whips are, like, strong. Like, they have to withstand the force of their own crack. They've got to be pretty strong, right? I kind of like that I don't have to aim up. It's like, it's very easy with the spread of the shotgun to aim left and right, so I'm just